The Steam store is filled with cheap games designed to generate endless amounts of Steam trading cards which can be used inside Steam's marketplace. These games are called asset flips and are made on the cheap by devs who get a cut of the trading card sales so they can make a quick buck. Valve has been trying to put an end to these for quite some time now, and just recently they purged like 170 of the f***ers off the Steam platform.
Asset flips have become a bit of a problem on Steam in the past few years. The Steam store has been flooded with low quality, low effort games designed for farming trading cards. Developers and publishers make these games for a low cost and then sell them at a low price and maybe even in bundles for about $5. After prolonged pressure from people like Jim Sterling, Valve finally condemned this sort of thing back in August of this year. Speaking at the time, a Valve spokesperson told Polygon, "We're not interested in supporting trading card farming or bot networks at the expense of being able to provide value and service for players."
Silicon Echo was just one of the publishers who were infamous for their asset flips and shovelware titles like Clicky, Grim Banana, Shapes 4, Shapes 5 and all-time classic Shapes 6.
Who can forget?
Shapes 6.
6. Game of the Year contender.
Each of these games were made using assets bought from the Unity engine store and then pushed onto Steam as quickly as possible. They even managed to circumvent the Steam Direct fee by bundling all their shovelware into one submission. So they would only pay the $100 fee once, but they could get dozens of games approved in one fell swoop.
Fell wasn't in the script there. Jake was just doing some art.
Bit of fucking Shakespeare for you, innit? People would then buy these games and use bots to farm and sell trading cards from which Silicon Echo would receive a percentage of each card sold. It was a win-win scenario for Silicon Echo and the people buying their games. Everyone made a bit of profit just by selling the trading cards.
Well, this week Valve finally took action and removed basically all 173 Silicon Echo games from Steam. YouTuber SidAlpha published a video showing that Silicon Echo's games accounted for almost 10% of games released on Steam between July and August. Silicon Echo were also found publishing games under multiple company names or sock puppet accounts. So Valve, it seems, saw through their charade. They've literally removed almost all of Silicon Echo's catalogue from Steam in an effort to crack down on what they're calling fake games, or trash games to you and me. Over 170 asset flip games have been removed and they're no longer for sale, but customers who have purchased them can still access them. However, Valve have deactivated the trading card function on these games, so they're now essentially useless.
Commenting on the takedown, Valve said, "What we found was a set of extreme actions by this person that was negatively impacting the functionality of the store and our tools. For example, this person was mass shipping nearly identical products on Steam that were impacting the store's functionality and making it harder for players interested in finding fun games to play. Spamming cloned games or manipulating our store tools isn't something we will tolerate. Our priority is helping players find games they will enjoy playing. Maybe this is just a first step towards a more curated Steam store, but for Valve, it's just a small victory in the larger battle." Valve don't give a f*** about curating a Steam store, even if they've just told you that. For me, what this thing is, they figured out a way to break the system, and Valve are like, hang on, 12 games.
Break the already broken system. Continue.
Yeah, so basically Valve could now be like, we need to find a way of stopping these guys. Have you noticed how they didn't ban this many games until this happened? Yeah. It was only until this has happened that they start caring about curation. Don't make me laugh, Valve.
You know that you've done something bad though. If Valve are doing something, oh boy, you've got them to listen, because that's a big deal. If they've actually got off their asses and done something, like making things happen, that's not what Valve normally does. No. They just let things happen. So this is a big deal, because they never ever curate at all, and the fact that they've released a statement about it as well, you know, they're taking this pretty seriously. But like you said, it's just because they've kind of found an abuse of the system. They found a way to break it and to cram even more stuff in there than they otherwise could.
Valve's priority seems to be having naps on beanbags somewhere and not making Half-Life free. I don't believe them all. Listen to how bitter I sound about it. I mean, it's progress, I guess. We got rid of 173 games. Cool. There'll be another 173 by tomorrow night. There's no point making it seem like there's anything else other than Valve backlashing at people beating their system. I mean, maybe I'm being too cynical. Maybe they are making a positive change, and in that case, I welcome you, Steam. You've got a long way to go, though.
What they say is that they don't want to be the judge of what's good and what isn't, but you can be the judge of what is a game and what isn't a game. This is something I've said personally on the channel loads before. These aren't really games. They're just there for the trading cards, because there's this weird little microeconomy there of people who can make a bit of money out of trading cards, and then they don't spend a lot of time crafting these games. They just put out the bare essentials. Sometimes not even that. and then they can make money out of Steam trading cards that way. That's not games design. That isn't someone who's trying to make a good game. You can see that that's happening. Now, surely, like, they're showing that they're willing to do something about it when it gets to extreme cases. Hopefully now it'll move on to, like, just your average person who's trying to make a quick buck by just filling Steam with useless tat. At least they're showing they're going to do something about it sometimes. Maybe now, just hopefully they'll do it a bit more often.
So this is like quite a common trick by the Steam developers, if you want to call it that. They'll put a game out, then they'll put the game out again with a different JPEG in the background, and that's a different game, right? So are they just going to come back under a different name? Like, Valve have banned this company. What's going to stop the devs just making another company and doing exactly the same thing? And again, will Valve be active in keeping an eye out on them, or until the alarm bells are ringing, will it just go unforeseen, really, and they'll be able to slip through the net once again and fill it with more, what was it, Shape Blast 6?
There wasn't even Blast. Like, that sounds better than the reality.
Exactly.
Which is just shapes.
My favourite game that was Black My White. That sounds like, I don't know, man. You know what that sounds like. So that's it. Are you an avid Steam trading card collector? Maybe you really wanted to play Black My White again. Let us know down in the comments below if you've ever been into any of this sort of stuff. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Like I say, leave a comment. Subscribe if you're new around here. We've got plenty more content on the screen if you fancy checking any more of that out. We've also got a link to our Patreon if you fancy supporting the channel. Until then, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.